Hi, welcome in. My name is Alicia Ray. I am a certified yoga teacher and have been teaching yoga since 2008, as well as a licensed esthetician. I became licensed back in 2017. I have over 15 years experience in the beauty and wellness industry with a mission and a vision to bridge the gap between the two. Beauty is wellness and wellness is beauty. Feeling and looking good from the inside out is so empowering and special and important for all of us. And so this is such a treat for me when I have an opportunity to share my wisdom and some of my passions with you. And so you've been invited in through one of my partnerships or relationships in the world around us. And I am very delighted to share with you some of my techniques that incorporate dry brushing, which is an ancient Ayurvedic practice, a part of the dinacharya or daily routine. And that is also something that typically leads into body dry brushing as well, or body abhyanga massage. And that's just a wonderful way of treating your skin. Lots of benefits that I'll talk about here in a moment, as well as being able to share with you the wisdom of facial yoga and facial massage. And so since I've been teaching yoga for a very long time, I've come to realize in the last few years that a lot of our yoga practice resonates here down. And so much of the posture is based off of our core center, moving outward through the rest of the body. And sometimes we forget that we have a head and a face, and these two need to connect. And when I started to train in skincare and I started to train with Aveda and realized that the practice of taking care of ourselves through our skin is so important, because the skin is an organ and it needs vitality, it needs nourishment, it needs focus and attention. So just as important as it is to put nourishment in our body, it's very beneficial to create nourishment outside of our body as well. So I'll talk about the many benefits as we move around through this organically. You may be using different dry brushes. I'll be demonstrating some dry brushes that I have trained with, that I have partnered with. And I think what's important when you are utilizing your dry brush is that you want something that feels very soft and delicate for the skin on your face. When you're moving into body dry brushing, you can use something that's a more aggressive bristle, but for the skin on your face, being that it's different than the skin on your body, something that is very soft. It shouldn't feel scratchy. It shouldn't feel rough. We definitely don't want to tear the skin microscopically. We want to help support exfoliation and movement. So just a light, gentle surface. And because most of my training was with Aveda, and I believe in their products, I believe in the science, I believe in their environmental mission, you'll see me demonstrate these here. And then you may also notice I'll use a few other gua sha related gemstone rolling tools. It's always important to think about the source. There's a lot of these tools out on the market and not all are alike. So I definitely highly recommend that you do your research to make sure you're supporting sustainable fair trade practices with gemstones. One of my teachers, and who I've also trained with and learned from and studied with, is Cecily J. Braden. So SJB, or Beauty Secrets, is a good resource as well. And then you may also be introduced to this video with a different frame of reference with a product line. And so I do work a lot with different product lines. My relationship to these product lines comes from my values and my ethics. So I partner with companies that are local, sustainably sourced. They have an environmental mission. They're using safe ingredients that are never tested on animals, cruelty-free, and that have beneficial plant properties, the science of plants, to help create the look and the result that we want. So super important that if you're here with me, you resonate with these same morals and beliefs, because it's not just about slapping some stuff on your face and your skin and doing a few things and calling it a day. It's about being a part of something more and supporting a global effort to look good and feel good and support each other. And so your product is a choice. It's a vote. You're a part of something more when you purchase your product. So today, for demonstration purposes, I'm going to use one of my tried and true favorites. This product is sadly no longer a part of the Aveda product line, but you are going to see that we'll continue to experience and experiment with different oils. So finding an oil that you resonate with, finding an oil that supports your skin's natural balance. So if you need something that's a little bit more nourishing, if you need something that's a little bit more hydrating, be mindful of what your skin needs most. But we want to use the oil just to help incorporate a little bit of slip and also to help massage those nutrients into the skin. So today's video is a demonstration in dry brushing. and a little facial massage and a little face yoga. So we'll begin with dry brushing. So again, it doesn't matter which dry brushes you're using. You'll want to always start with the décolleté. We start here because this is an area where we have a lot of stress and tension. This is where we hold a lot of anxiety as well. We want to get the passageway of flow. This is all about flow. I'm going to say it a lot, moving things up, moving things down. So think of your body as like the root system. Your neck is the stem and your face is the flower, right? So we want to really start to turn the soil and open everything up here. So just starting with some gentle upward, outward circles in the décolleté. And remember, you can make this routine as quick or as long as you can and want. So I typically do this in the morning. I just find that it's a little bit more energizing. It wakes me up, it gets me going, creating a lot of flow and movement in the skin. And then after you've done a few circles, you want to do some sweeps. And dry brushing is just going to add a little bit more exfoliation and texture. So we're stimulating circulation, blood flow, oxygen to the skin. We're bringing everything to the surface here. And then with the dry brushing, you're just incorporating more of that exfoliation. So be mindful if you tend to have more vata energy. So you're drier, it's lighter, it's quickly changing. You may not want to dry brush every day. So thinking about the season, the environment that you're in, if you're feeling really dry, you probably need to balance out with more oil and more nourishment, something that's like slower and heavier. So just keep that in mind, but you can do this less and just do it quick and easy. So that way you're not spending too much time on this upward energizing movement. So everything is moving up and out, up and out, up and out. And once you work through your décolleté, then we're going to work up the back of the neck, just sweeping, alternating sweeps at the back of the neck. So we're opening up energy lines in the body. There's a lot of talk about energy in yoga. So we want the balance between two opposing forces. So we're going to move energy up from the body to the back of the head into the mind. And then same thing here, we're going to move up through the front of the neck. So we want to get this first round. We're moving everything up. We're lifting, we're supporting, we're creating vitality, we're exercising the skin. So think of this as like cardio for your skin. You're getting things moving and flowing quite a bit. We're detoxing. And that's really where a lot of skin issues come from, is stagnation. Things get stuck. Our skin and our muscles in our face get stressed. They get tight. They're not getting oxygen. They're not getting flow. So we're really just helping to keep things moving and flowing, keeping your skin functioning, happy and healthy. Happy skin is going to give you the results that you're looking for. So you'll notice my skin type is a little bit more pitta, so a little bit more fiery. So I just have a natural quick reaction. So you'll see the tonification in my skin. It's a little warm. It's a little red, a little flush. That's normal for my skin, but it's also normal when you're dry brushing, when you're creating movement and flow and vigoration, that you're going to see some of that color coming through. That means that it's working. There's flow, it's detoxing or bringing vitality in. You never want to feel that the skin is burning or itching. So if that's the case, then dry brushing is not for you, or you may want to consider finding a different bristle. So I'm going to be switching dry brushes just because I'm giving a different point of view. And of course, you can always do this one-handed. You don't need to have two dry brushes in both hands, but it does help to speed up the process a little bit. So it would be the similar thing here. I would do my upward, outward circles and my light sweeps. We have a big drainage point in our body in the underarm here. This is where we have a lot of lymph nodes. And so when we're moving everything out and down towards the underarms, that's going to help the lymphatic system drain and pump out stagnation, stuff that's stuck. We want to create that flow. So upward, outward movements, and the same thing here. You can just do your nice gentle sweeps up the back of your neck and up through the front of your throat. You're going to notice when we come back into the face yoga and facial massage, we're going to do very similar movements here, but we're not using the dry brushes, we're using our hands. So let's move into the face next. We've opened up this flow. We've got nourishment moving into the skin. I'm already feeling a little bit in the jaw here, and I haven't even touched the jawline. So same thing, circles moving up and out. You're just going to start along the jawline, go to the ears. Same thing here. We have a major drainage point. Just like in the underarms, we have the major drainage point for the face right here in front and the back of the ears. So if you've ever had a really good scalp massage, you'll notice a lot of times massage therapists will work on the ears. Ear massage is really beneficial for the face. It's a natural face lift. So we just kind of get that started here by moving in our circular upward, outward movements towards the front of the ear. Each time you come back, you're slowly working your way up along the jawline into the cheekbones. You'll get to the outside of your nose, same thing, circles sweeping out and up towards your temples. Then you can kind of come back and do a few of those sweeps, working up and out. We get to the forehead, and this is a really good space to focus on for a moment, right here in the middle of the forehead, closing your eyes, releasing some tension, thinking about the thoughts for your day. Bring one or both dry brushes to your forehead and slowly working your upward, outward circles to the temple. And again, you can do this 1 time, 3 times, 5 times. It's really up to how much time you want to allow yourself in the morning. Then finish with a few sweeps. Now, the reason that this area in the middle of your forehead is so important is because it represents our entire spine. So from the bottom of your nose all the way up through to your hairline is your entire spinal system. So we have our chakra points here. We have our opening up our mind's eye, so clarity of thought. And then right outside that midpoint above your pupils, we have gallbladder and spleen points. So this is an area to help release stress and tension. And then finally, right here at the bridge of your nose is the parasympathetic nervous system point. So this is where you can offer in a little bit of that rest and digest. And then lower, right below the bridge of your nose, top bridge of the nose, is a space for opening up breath and flow. So heart and lung point. Lungs are going to move around your cheekbone under your eyes outside the nose. This is all the lung point. Then we have gallbladder and spleen again in the middle of our cheekbones. Your stomach point is going to be outside the left side of your nostril. So just on the left side, because we only have one stomach. So you'll find that represented here. We have a lot of organ systems around the lips, the upper lip portion, digestion and movement, endocrine system around the chin and jawline. And then a lot of it is also repeated and represented throughout the rest of the face, as well as in your ears. So when we are doing all this movement, we are triggering our entire organ system through the rest of our body, which is why it's not just yoga for the body, it's yoga for the whole being. As we finish all of our upward movement, we're going to close it down by slowing things down for a little bit. So breathing deeply, big inhales and big exhales, doing light little sweeps across the forehead. Now we move out and down. So we've moved everything up. We've exercised. We've done our cardio. We've got good flow. Now we want to help to flush out toxins, flush out stagnation. We've loosened things up. So that's where you're going to do your outward, downward movements. When you get to the neck, everything is moving back down again. Everything is flowing back down. Remember, the back of the neck, we move up. We want to get the Du and the Ren channel connected, yin and yang. And then we move back down, front of the neck. And then we get back into our chest and décolleté, and everything is just sweeping out. So we have created this beautiful upward energizing movement, lifted and firmed everything, circulation, blood flow, pulling nourishment from the body into the face. And now we've just kind of calmed and soothed and brought everything down. Now, because we've just done the dry brushing, we'll want to go into nourishing and balancing with a nice oil and move into flow with face yoga and facial massage. So go ahead and apply your chosen oil. And I always think it's important to give yourself a little more breath. So closing your eyes and taking 3 deep inhales and exhales. Maybe setting an intention for your day. Maybe giving yourself a moment of gratitude. Breath is vitality. It's known as prana in yoga. It's your life force. And breath is so powerful for our stress management, for bringing in joy, for giving us clarity. So enjoy it. And then go ahead and lightly apply your oil evenly throughout your face, neck, and décolleté. So I always recommend doing a few little pulses, press and roll, just evenly distributing. And we're always going to start at the décolleté and the chest. So very similar to your dry brushing techniques, using your fingers, kind of think of them like a rake. We're going to move fingers together and then apart, or do whatever feels natural. Our bodies are all a little different. You're sweeping underneath the collarbone, the clavicle here, and moving everything towards that drainage point. Okay, so it's just for as long as you can. Maybe it's just a few sweeps, and then you go right back into your neck movements. I'm demonstrating with a little more time here so you can really practice and see. Come back to this video often. And then move up and below the collarbone. This is an area where a lot of stuff gets stuck and trapped. We want to make sure we're opening up that passageway for flow. Another thing that can be helpful if you're feeling really stressed or tense is a couple little fist pumps or gorilla pumps around the chest or light little fingertips. Any type of tapping is going to be really good for boosting collagen, which is going to help to reinforce skin's elastin. We start to lose collagen, unfortunately, a few percent every year. We produce less and less from the age of 23 on. And so supplementing with collagen can be helpful, but also just waking up your skin, turning it on, getting it functioning every single day. Just like we exercise for our body, we need to exercise our face. So after you've done a little bit of that movement, and again, you're seeing more flow coming through, we do our sweeps up the back of the neck. You're going to notice we're doing the very similar pattern as we did for our dry brushing. And if you're noticing any tension in your neck and shoulders, it's a good time to relieve yourself of some of that stress and tension. Working into your traps. Another fun one is to sweep across your décolleté, go up over your shoulder towards your trap, look in the opposite direction, and then sweep over any tension you have. Right over them. Oh, there it was. Release, and then try that on the other side, up and over. Maybe it's a good reminder that you need to book your next massage. All right, now we're going to move up through the neck. So we do light little sweeps. And this is where using your jade rollers or your gemstones can come in handy. Same thing, you can do your rolling instead of using your fingertips. And then you can roll up or down around the neck as well. Perfect. Let's pause here and do a little face yoga. So fingertips against your chest, your décolleté, just lightly bracing. You want fingertips towards the chest and then slightly underneath the collarbone here. And you're not pulling, you're not pushing, you're just bracing. And then we'll tilt the head up and back. Pull your chin up over your top lip. So it looks a little like this. And then imagine that you're trying to stick out your tongue with your bottom lip. This is called giraffe neck. You're going to feel this intense lift at the platysma muscle, the turtleneck muscle in the front of the neck. Yeah, so you could do that a few times and then reinforce with a couple chin taps. Some neck rolls are really helpful. Chin to chest, ear to shoulder, chin to chest, ear to shoulder. So doing a few neck rolls, releasing tension, right? We hold so much here on our shoulders. A lot of what you're holding on your shoulders right now isn't even yours. So breathe and release, let go, clear space. And one more neck exercise you can do is called Kiss the Sky. And I love this one because not only does it help to reinforce the open flow here, it helps to lift and firm, tighten the neck, and we're going to start to bring that energy into the lips and into the cheeks and the chin. So you really get a lot of surface area with this one. You do have to actually pucker your lips and make the kissing sound for it to work. So you just tilt your head back, kiss the sky, and then bring your head forward. And you want to do that about 10 times. And you'll feel that lift in your chin, in your cheeks. Try it on. Now try it without actually making the pucker or the kissy lips. And you'll notice the difference. It's not as effective. So really feel that lift. Take a deep breath. Let it exhale. And now let's start to move further into our face. So from the chin into the jaw and into the cheeks, make an L shape with your thumb and your index finger on both hands. You're going to scoop your thumb underneath your jawline on both sides, and then place your index finger along the outside of your lips and the outside of your nose. And just hold here, press and lift. Think about gravity is constantly pulling down, right? And you're just going to reinforce. You're just going to re-hook your skin back up where it belongs. You have over 46 muscles in your face. Right? And they get tired, they get stressed, they get fatigued, they fall asleep, they don't get used as often, some get overused. So just reinforcing and then do some sweeps. Nice and easy sweeps. So you're really working into this hook shape around the cheek and the jaw. This should feel really good if you have any type of jaw pain or jaw tenderness. If you tend to clench your jaw or unfortunately, like me, grind your teeth, this is going to feel really good in the morning. The masseter muscle in your cheek here, it's the strongest muscle for its size. So it allows you to do the biting and the chewing of your food, but unfortunately, it's also what holds your jaw locked. And then we work up here into the front of the ear, and then we can reinforce a little release in the jaw here by just pressing into that pressure point right outside the ear. Or you can go with your thumbs or your index fingers to the inside of your ears and lift. Just a little lift, and you'll feel it. If you have jaw pain, you'll feel this one. Breathe and release. Do a couple more of our sweeps. Very much like what we just did with the dry brushing, but we're covering more surface area this way. And then we're going to go over fingertips over your lips and your mouth, and we're going to erase the wrinkles. Remember, when we do this movement, we are triggering the organ systems in the body to have function, to be balanced. Sweep up to the outside of your ears and do a little wiggle. Now, we've done a lot of movement and we are bringing everything to this major drainage point. So make a V shape with your fingers. We just want to rub the front and the back of the ears just to help pump the lymphatic system to drain, to wash away, to clear stagnation, anything that's causing blockages. And then sweep your fingers down your neck. Nice and easy. Tilt your head back, lift your chin, and then sweep it all away. We'll move into the ears. So this is just a little pinch, pull, pinch, pull, pinch, pull, pinch, pull. And bringing movement into the ears, again, is a natural way to lift your face, non-surgical face lift. We want to bring blood flow. This is an area that falls asleep, it gets stuck, and we have all of our organ systems represented on the ears as well. All right, so let's move on a little bit more into the cheeks, doing a couple cheek lifts to create volume and lift. Fingertips brace over the front of your lips. This just helps to minimize creating more wrinkles with this particular exercise. You might even use your three fingers, middle, ring, and index. Brace, and then puff your cheeks full of air. You're going to alternate moving the air from one side to the other. Pause, soften, lift, and now we'll do a little puffer fish. So you're going to puff your cheeks full of air again, and then tap. And then usually I like to go right into my tapping here. So starting back at the chin into the jawline, light little taps called tapoment, turning on the collagen in your skin, moving all the way up into your forehead. And then into the top of your head to create great ideas for your day, give you wisdom, get the blood flowing all the way from your feet to your head, from your head to your feet. All right, so let's work into another drainage point here is going to be the outside of the nose. Remember that this moves us into our lungs. We also get to open up the stomach point, gallbladder, and spleen. So this is really beneficial for dark circles, puffy eyes, any stagnation around the eyes. Everything gets trapped here. So we want to work vigorously with your index fingers up and down the outside of your nose. And then take that into some eye circles. Close your eyes. Eye circles can be 3, 5, 10, 15 in one direction, and then in the other direction. So we want to create flow in both directions. Not only is this helpful for dark circles, puffiness under the eyes, this is also really helpful for eye strain. If you are at a computer a lot, Zoom calls, you wear glasses, this is a nice way to give your eyes a little exercise. All right, and then take your fingertips and sweep from the bridge of your nose all the way up through the spine to the top of your hairline, and then you can sort of shorten that distance if you want to work into the frontalis muscle a little bit more, if you want to work into those number 11 lines. And then we're going to take fingertips to the middle of the forehead and sweep across. This is one of my favorites. This reduces tension. We get the kidney points at the front of the forehead, right at the hairline. We get gallbladder and spleen. Just releasing a lot of stress and tension here. Softening those lines. So let's think about what we're doing here. We create lines and wrinkles in our forehead through expression, through constant use of that muscle or that tissue. So if you're constantly doing this every day, if you're constantly moving, if you're constantly lifting, if you're constantly supporting your skin in an opposite, different way, you are actually going to change your skin and have better skin today than you had yesterday. If you don't create change and you keep reinforcing the same expressions, then of course you're going to keep seeing the lines get deeper, the wrinkles get stronger. So we want to change those patterns. Couple more sweeps, enjoy it. All right, now we're going to do one of my other favorites. It's just really going to help lift from the cheeks up into the forehead, called flirty eyes. So fingertips are going to rest right at your cheekbones below your pupils. You're going to blink your eyes up and down vigorously like this. And then we're going to add in the mouth. So we're going to get the mouth lift, opening your mouth into an O shape as big as you can, wrapping your lips around your teeth. So it looks like this. It's a crazy face, but you're going to feel this is really exercising. I feel like this is where we bring in the weights with the cardio. You're really going to feel a lot of muscles in the face light up right now. So try it again. Brace here, wrap your lips around your teeth, and then flutter the eyes. And after I do that one, I usually need to do a couple sweeps or some eye circles. And another one I wanted to point out, if you do use gua sha tools, if you really do have a lot of puffiness and dark circles, really work into the cartilage in the corner of the eye and the nose here, because that's where everything just gets stuck and pulls. So if it's stuck, then all of this can't go anywhere and it needs to be released. So just a little bit of extra work here is going to help. Plus, this is really good for opening up the mind's eye, creating focus energetically in your day, helping you see clearly, having good vision. And then you can, again, just like with your hands or your gua sha tools, sweep and open everything up here. Sweep. It's all about movement. Maybe do a few more downward movements with the neck, fingertips, or your tool. You have a jade roller or a gemstone roller, you can roll down as well. Anytime you feel like you're getting tight or stressed or tense, open this up. Open this up. If you're not seeing results here, you might need to do a little bit more movement here. All right, awesome. Let's do a couple more face yoga techniques in the forehead. So this is going to help us work on furrowing the brow and then strengthening the muscles around the eyes. So we're not constantly having to lift and express in the forehead as much. So owl eyes, you're going to scoop your index fingers above the brow and thumbs around the bottom orbital bone, like goggles. And you try to lift your forehead up and resist by pressing your fingers down. So you'll notice if I'm not really pulling my fingers down, I can easily lift my forehead here, right? My fingers are even moving with the muscles, the frontalis muscle. So reinforce by pressing in and slightly down, not dragging and not giving yourself a headache. And then try to lift. You're training yourself to be able to have expression, but not necessarily have to go. So try it on. We'll do a few eye exercises next. So this is really good for eye strain, dry eyes, tired eyes, and then again, just to create more flow. So keeping your eyes pointed forward without moving your head. That's going to be the challenge for a lot of us. We're going to want to move our head. It's just moving your eyes. Let your eyes move up. Look off into the distance. Let your eyes move down. Don't move the head. Look back, center the horizon, and then look right and look left. Go side to side a few times. Go up and down a few times. Notice if you're trying to move your head. Now we'll make full circles clockwise or counterclockwise. Do a couple. And then close your eyes and do the same thing. Move your eyes around in their sockets. Move your eyes up and down. Move your eyes left and right. And then flutter your eyes looking far off in a far direction. Pause and let your eyes just stare as far off as they can. It just helps to reset your mind and your eyes, and then you can look back at your screen. Take a deep breath in. Big exhale. One more deep breath in. Deep exhale. So we've done a lot of upward movement, and then same thing. We want to sweep out and down to finish. So light little sweeps, moving everything back down and then moving everything back out. And that brings our time together to a close. So I really hope that you will come back to this video often, because the more that you practice, you will memorize. And before you know it, this just becomes a part of who you are every morning or closing your night, investing in you. So this is a ritual of wellness for your mind, your body, and your being, connecting everything together with focus and intention, filling up your cup, investing in you. So take care of yourself so that you can take care of each other. Drop in any questions you have in the comments below, and I look forward to staying connected and engaged. You can check out my other playlists. I offer full yoga classes, meditation, wellness coaching. So reach out if I can support you on your wellness journey. Thank you so much. Namaste.